Quite a number have been handed down. Quite a number went into dialect and were preserved by the dialect up to recent times, but they probably, unless you're in a fishing community, you probably wouldn't hear very many of them now. As far as the dictionary is concerned, there may be 40 or 50 different names of fish, I should say.
Can you give me any examples? Perhaps ones that you remember from dialect?
Cockler, meaning cockerel, and podrick, spider crab. I can remember those two from my days of my youth. And a crommen, which is a sort of bream, a young bream. But we didn't hear very many names of fish except English names that we heard in the story of Tom Borcock's at Mauso, for example, when they supped on 7 sorts of fish, and they all had their wonderful names there. Morgy broth was a fish broth, and
is that dogfish? That's what it means.
Yes.
Scad, I think, is one.
Scad, yes. Scad is one that I can remember from dialect too. Scad is a horse mackerel. For eels, we have silly dower.
Is that where the name of the Isles of Scilly comes from?
No, I think not.
What about sea mammals, like seal, for instance? Is there a Cornish name for seal?
Rune.
I think that occurs in some place names, doesn't it? On the lizard,
yes,
I think there's Rune Oggo.
2 or 3 place names with that one.
And Oggo means cave, doesn't it, in Cornish? What about ones which translate well into English? Shark, for instance. I think that's morvleaf, isn't it?
Morvleaf,
what does that mean?
Yes. What is like a sea wolf, yeah. Sometimes called sharker, but I think that's a carryover from English. This is a word which has come into Cornish. Fumado was the smoked or salted pilchard which were sent over in the last century, particularly to Italy, when they used to sing "Here's to the Pope, may his years never cease." They go on eating fish as long as he lives, so they could export them from Newlyn.
And of course, fumados is not Cornish; it's
Spanish, I should say, yeah.
And it came into dialect as fair maids, I think.
Fair maids, yes. That was one of the fish they dined on at Tom Borcock's Eve in Mousel.
And of course, the dish that people are eating at Mousel on Tom Borcock's Eve is starry-gazy pie. Can you tell me what's in starry-gazy pie?
Well, it seems they could put almost any kind of fish in there, and the great delicacy was to have the fish heads and the fish tails sticking up through the pastry.